Everybody, we're back. This is XL 10-Minute Leaders, and my name's Graham Brown. 10 minutes into the lives of leaders who aren't necessarily there by virtual job title. Those days are over. It's leaders who command our attention. They're doing interesting stuff in technology, business, society, all different kinds of walks of life, different time zones as well. So with that in mind, welcoming my next guest to the studio, Ben Sorensen, all the way from Australia. Ben, welcome.
Look, thanks for having me. And I really love your intro on leaders and leadership. And I think the development or the evolution of leadership and what we deem to be a leader has changed so much over the last 5 and 10 years with the advent of technology and with the development of business as well.
Yeah, redefining leadership. There's a lot of books on leadership these days, isn't it? But in 10 minutes, we'll rewrite them all. I think it's coming with the master of banter himself, Ben. So,
look, I think rewriting books is a great idea. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the old books, but look, I think life is fluid. Like it's an evolution. And when we look at science, as we were talking about before, what replaces science is good science is better science. So when we talk about leadership, how can we hone our skills to be bigger, better, faster, stronger, and most importantly, kinder and more efficient in the future? So, of course, all of these books are like stagnant moments in time that enable us to see where we have come from, but it's up to us to read and learn about all of that and pick it up and go, where are we going to from here?
All right, well, let's give it our best shot, Ben, shall we? 10 minutes we've got on the clock. Are you ready?
All right. Bring it on.
I'll give you a sitter first. He's the master of banter, but okay, because you're the master of banter, you're good at this stuff, so I want you to answer just the first question in one word. What does it say on your business card?
Don't call me.
No, that's 3 words.
That's 3 words.
It's not 3 words.
Can I say, what about bugger off if it's hyphenated?
Be off.
Be off. Yes. Look, one word, like my business. Word. I don't even have a business card.
Well, there you go. So you just N/A would be the best answer.
Totally.
To that one.
N/A.
Right.
Totally. And
all right.
There's a reason for no business card. So we've got so many other amazing tools at our disposal for us to understand another human and see in a preliminary sense if they are a value match for us. So we've got LinkedIn, we've got Instagram, Facebook, we've got all of these other different tools. We've got websites, we've got heaps of other digital stuff. So what I walk around with is not a business card, but a QR code. So it's got all my links. So
you hold it up again. Hold it up so that the people back home could scan it. There you go.
You can actually see what time it is here as well.
There you go. Scan that, baby. So I'll ask you at the end for your links. You can just give them that. There you go. You're one step ahead of everybody.
And it's also environmentally friendly as well. So don't have to worry about.
You know what happens with business cards? You go to a networking event, you empty your pocket, you throw them in the bin, right? So don't remember that person, don't remember that person, don't remember that person. So,
and it's all about making that that moment memorable when you connect with someone. And you're not meant to click with everyone. There's 8 billion people or 7 billion people on the planet. You're not meant to connect with all of them. You're not meant to find that synergy with everyone. So when you go to a networking thing, who you're going to work with and who you're not before you've even seen their card. You go, hey, I got a vibe off you. I really like you. And, I know what you're doing. And we have this banter in this conversation that flows. And I think that's important to recognize that moving forward to go, okay, well, this is an energy that I either want to have more of or want to develop.
And I think your superpower? Because the next question I'm going to ask you is, what is your superpower? And there's a bit of banter, but how do you manifest that in?
Do you know what I actually think? I think comedy, my superpower, I think, is actually the irreverent banter and conversation or having those impromptu conversations with people.
Can you define banter for non-Aussies out there? Because a lot of the audience,
it's wit.
Is it sort of Oscar Wilde style wit, or is it?
Yes, I would say that. I use a lot of puns. I use a lot of intelligent humor, dancing around, linguistic playing, which is very important. So I think that having that jovial sense of wonder, of humor, and genuine interest in whoever you're talking to, I think is something that's very, very important. And that's something that I very much enjoy doing when I'm out and about, when I'm hosting shows and when I'm doing keynote presentations and everything like that. Because I think that's how you build your network in a meaningful way, is by actually having those connections and being memorable. But also not trying to pretend to be someone, but doing that personal growth and that self-growth for you to go, hey, these are my strengths. This is my thing. And that's what I want to be remembered for. That's the memorable part of me. So it's genuine. It's not disingenuous, genuine, because you've done the work and you go, hey, this is who I am. And I'm so proud to share that. Hey, what's your thing? And then suddenly you've got that connection there and that interest. And it's so exciting when you get into a room of people and you're able to just pick out those people that have done that work, that are just so, in awe of the work that they've done themselves, and also wanting to go on that journey with them.
Yeah. Then you don't need cards. No need. Real connections.
Cards. So yesterday.
We've learned that, Ben. All right. So if I was to look at your resume, your CV, what would it tell me, on paper at least, why you should never have been successful?
Country kid from Australia, and if that's not enough of a reason not to be successful in this huge bustling world. Very, very poorly connected, and I didn't actually realize the importance of network until I was much older, which taught me some very interesting skills about how to be resilient, how to learn how to do other people's jobs very quickly and very efficiently, which also taught me how to communicate a little bit better with people, to go, hey, yeah, I can do your job and I don't really like it. I like doing my job, but I very much appreciate how much effort and energy and time goes into mastering what you're doing. So so there's a lot of value, not from the doing, but from the understanding of. But also, it took a lot of time to learn a lot of stuff. So yes, that's why. Yeah, absolutely, self-taught, and I was fortunate enough to hunt down a few experts that I was able to talk to when I got stuck. Never really had a mentor as such, and part of that is being, I think early on, was being neurodiverse, because one of the challenges and one of the reasons on my resume about why I was unsuccessful, why I should have been unsuccessful, was because my brain was wired differently. So being neurodiverse, having the autism there, it didn't have a name when I was younger. So basically it was just, how do I wrangle the beast that's rattling around inside my skull? How do I feed it? How do I keep it entertained? How do I keep it functioning? And then what do I want to do with it? So all of those big questions in there, I think, occupied a lot of time that could have been spent on external things, but it actually taught me to learn to go inside me, to go, okay, well, mastery of oneself can help us master the world outside, or at least help us understand our place in it.
Do you think you are better at the things, if we go back to the superpower, for example, like the networking, the storytelling, the connections, because, in your words, you're neurodiverse?
Absolutely.
Have you turned that into an advantage where normally it wouldn't have been?
Totally. So when I started to work out that my brain operated a little bit differently, what I started to do was go, okay, well, where are my deficits? And I went, okay, social skills, communication, these are all my deficits. So what if I made my deficits my special area of interest? So then that would enable me to bring that up to a better level so that I'd have an actual red hot shot at working in a functioning society, if we use that term loosely.
How do you know your brain's wired differently? In what way? I mean, I'm sure a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm wired differently as well," but there must be quite hard tangibles of that.
Yeah, I got a certificate for mine. So neurologically diverse people, or people on the autism spectrum, there's test that you can do, not the online ones, but I went to a psychiatrist to get it diagnosed, and there's a whole journey around that where they test cognitive abilities, they test your plenty of different skill sets, as well as IQ and a whole heap of other things to enable them to go, okay, well, doesn't matter what we see in front of us, the mechanics behind that are different to what we would call a neurologically typical human. So that's a really exciting thing. And you know what? I encourage anyone, if they go, look, my brain's wired differently, check it out. You know, go get it diagnosed, because if something's got a name, then it enables you to go and search hacks for whatever it is, which is exactly what I did. When I worked out it had a name, which was autism, I was able to find so many life hacks in both a positive and negative way, going, okay, well, how can I make the most of the pathways that I've got in my head, how I think they are? And that knowledge really is power.
Yeah. At least naming it, I think, is the first step, isn't it? Now you feel that you're not a victim of something you don't understand or can't control.
Or even just creating from scratch. I mean, if someone else has done all the reinvent the wheel. If someone else has done a ton of legwork and it's out there, you know, that's a gift that they've given you. So use it. Yeah.
It's a great story. I'm sure it'll be inspiring for people as well. We are on overtime now, Ben. So the last question. Yeah, the master of banter has to draw the curtains at some point. Last question then. So we're going to write a script, or you're going to write a script for your movie about your life. Describe the opening scene for us, Ben. And my advice would be, it's not the scene when you were born. It's not chronologically. Like a good movie director, it's not the one at the beginning. The beginning starts in the middle somewhere, the middle in the beginning. You know how it works.
Absolutely.
The pivotal scene, the opening scene, the dead body on the floor, the woman running away with dropping the knife, or whatever it is. In your movie, what would it be?
Look, I feel like it would actually be a coffin, in the beautiful coffin in the middle of a room with everybody around it. And then it suddenly explodes with fireworks. And it's just like that scene in Lord of the Rings where they let off all the fireworks and then the big dragon comes down. They go, oh, scary, scary, scary. And then there's that sense of relief. And everyone goes, oh, now I see. What a joke. Wasn't that amazing? So I feel like it would have to start with a very, very expensive and elaborate joke, which incidentally could be akin to his 007 film, minus the 007 stuff. So maybe 006.5.
Okay. What's going to happen next, or do I have to wait and find out? Have you got us on a cliffhanger there?
A cliffhanger there. Look, I think when we talk about biopics, I think that's a really, really interesting space. You know, I'd almost want a boxed set of films. So I'd want one film for each mode, if you will. So one would be entertainment mode, storytelling and things like that. The other one would be a more introverted, philosophical, under a tree, talking with Plato sort of thing, which is very different to playing with Play-Doh, as I learned thanks to autocorrect. And then another one which is about the lives that I've been blessed to be part of. And I actually think that's now that we talk about it, is the real story that I would love told, is how blessed and fortunate I have been to be beside some other really great stories and some other amazing people and the journeys that I've been on. Because I think the success of any leader or any person is directly related to the amazing people and the wonderful people that they choose to have around them.
Yeah, agree with that fully. Ben Sorensen, everybody, all the way from Australia, sharing his story and, well, a snippet of his movie as well, which is coming out in, well, I don't know when, but...
it's good. The movie's going to be so good, it's going to go like straight to DVD.
Do we have DVDs? Box set.
Bypassing the cinema. Yeah, collectors.
Yeah. Ben Sorensen. There's a master of banter. He won't let me finish. He's in there. That's right. You know what you get with this guy. It's been a lot of fun, actually. I'm sure we only had like 12, 13 minutes, but there you go. It wasn't enough. Hey, Ben, lovely having you on. Really enjoyed it and enjoyed the banter, as you call it. And I think there's probably much room for a part 2 in future when maybe we can flesh that scene out in the beginning and take it somewhere. Thanks so much for today.
Oh, thanks for the opportunity. I really love it. It's been a great chat. Thank you.